I'd already decided it was going to be my last night in Max's village. I was sorry to be leaving, but I was restless again.
Beware! The day grows dark, and demons stalk the gap by night.
Harsh old woman, stop your superstitious nonsense. Besides, this is the best time of day for fishing, eh, Milo?
Yes, Dad. Look, Foster! I use these broken sensors to make a fish alarm. It detects the fish before it bites.
Nice work, Milo.
Milo was just like me as a boy, and the tech skills I'd taught him would help the village after I left.
Do you really have to go, Foster? How can we ever pay you back for all you've done?
It's been my pleasure, Max. One of Anita's pies will be payment enough.
I owed the Gap folks so much. My first tribe fostered me when I was orphaned all those years ago. They taught me how to recycle tech scavenged from city dumps. Soon, I even built myself a playmate.
I'm your friend. Call me Joey.
Joey and I were always together. As I grew, I upgraded him. He became the best friend I ever had. But then...
Foster! Foster, wake up! The sensors detect a fish. It's a big one.
What the?
It was no fish.
Max, keep back!
Milo!
Dad! What are they?
Max! Drop him, you...
Dad! Foster! Help me! Help me!
Milo had gone. The machine, too. But its riders had left something behind.
Max? Milo? What's happened, Foster? Where's my son? Max? Max? Oh, no! I told them there were demons stalking the dark.
The stalker that attacked us was a machine, not a demon.
Please, Foster, I don't understand. What happened?
I told Anita everything I could, though I knew very little. Max was barely conscious. I could only hope that with Anita's loving care, he would recover. As for me, I had to follow Milo and his captors immediately.
I'll bring Milo home, Anita. I promise.
Thank you, Foster. I know you will.
Dawn was breaking as I left the village. The featureless wastes of the Gap stretched away from me. Night followed day, then day dawned once more. Time lost meaning as the tracks beckoned me ever forward. Determination had long replaced sadness. Whatever it took, I would find Milo. The tracks were barely visible now, blurred by the wind. But I was sure I'd reach their destination soon. Then I saw the thing I feared the most approaching. Sandstorm. I battled forward, but now could only guess that my direction was correct. I decided to save my energy and sank into an exhausted sleep. Maybe the old woman was right. Maybe demons did stalk the Gap. For as it shrieked and thundered around me, the storm brought back my nightmare once more. Union City security was attacking. As my tribe screamed in terror, I salvaged Joey's motherboard. Taken captive, I couldn't save my village. But I survived when the security copter crashed, entering Union City. On the run, I soon got Joey working. Upgraded yet again, He helped me overthrow the evil that ran the city. As I left, I told him to make the citizens happy. Union City was no place for me. I wanted to be where I could do most good, helping the scattered people of the Gap. I woke to find the storm had passed. But not without finishing its cruel work. The tracks were gone. I was lost, and so, I feared, was Milo. Then, I heard them. Gang birds, scavengers, and in this wasteland, that meant only one thing: people. Despair turned to hope. I was sure that if I could find where the stalker had gone, I would find Milo. Then, in the distance, I saw a girl crouching over a body. The girl was holding a device to the lifeless hand.
Hey, excuse me.
Who the hell are you?
I'm searching for a vehicle that...
Ah, no! Damn birds!
Wait, I just...
Whatever that device was, the bird had it now. I needed to check out that body. It was the only clue I had. No way I was going to get between those birds and their feast. I was short on food, but maybe I had something in my bag I could spare. There were few things that would scare gangs, and a crowbar was not one of them. I would need to find another solution. The gang birds were eyeing up the corpse hungrily. I needed to check out that body. It was the only clue I had. I wondered if Anita's pie would draw them away. The girl had been doing something to the guy's hand. I wondered what. He'd clearly been dead for days. The logo. I'd seen it before. On the androids that had taken Milo. The girl was my only lead. I had to follow her. Union City. I was back.
Over the years, I'd heard rumors of how the city had thrived since I'd left Joey in charge. I was finally going to see for myself.
Huh? Halt!
Welcome, unregistered Gaplander.
Well, hi. And you are?
Community Welfare Droid 2CU at your service. To commence your Union City registration, please make your way to the immigration terminal.
That's okay, I'm not here to register. I'm looking for...
If you're looking for the immigration terminal, it's right over there. Thank you.
Can you help me find a missing kid?
You want to file a missing persons report? Go register.
I'm looking for a vehicle that maybe came this way.
A vehicle? Well, this is a freight entrance. So, you're in the right place.
Right. I need to find a boy called Milo. He was...
What you need to find is the immigration terminal. It's right over there.
So how do I register?
Easy. Just go to the immigration terminal and you'll get a U-chip for your temporary ID. The correct route is indicated by these signs.
Sounds easy.
It is. Without it, you won't be able to interact with any of the Minos devices in this area.
What exactly is a U-chip?
Don't they teach you Gaplanders anything? A U-chip stores your ID and personal data in a micro-implant. The immigration terminal is easy to find. What's keeping you? The correct route is indicated by these signs.
How do I get to immigration?
The terminal is at the wall end of the garden. The correct route is indicated by these signs. Soon as you've registered, you can access the Minos devices.
Bye for now.
Pleasure. How can I help?
I recognized the girl. She was the one who'd run away from me earlier. Excuse me? Hello?
You!
Me what?
You're the guy in the desert!
And you're the girl with the corpse.
Okay, first of all, that guy was dead long before I got there. And second of all, it's your fault Big Steve stole my date!
Lost your what? To who?
Do you realize how much potential trade you've cost me?
Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ugh. I trade. I'm a trader. Name's Ember.
What were you doing out there in the desert with that corpse?
Mister, are you looking to trade something or what?
Trade?
Trade, you know, tech, gadgets, knickknacks from the Gap or the city.
That's what I do. I collect stuff, sell stuff, trade stuff. Only, since you're interfering, let Big Steve fly off with my deet, it'll be a while before I can make proper trades again. Now excuse me.
What's a deet?
My deet, man. DTT. Data transfer tool. Deet.
What's the deet for?
Duh, transferring data. That's what I was doing with that dead fella. Transferring his citizen ID for trading, yeah? You distracted me and Big Steve nabbed it and flew off. Like I said, thanks.
Who's Big Steve?
You see all these birds all over the place? Big Steve's the purple one, with a beak full of my deet.
Tell me about this deet.
Simple. I collect IDs and I use the deet to swap them. At least I did, until Big Steve grabbed it.
I'm looking for a boy named Milo, who might have come through here recently.
You're looking in the wrong place. Only boys around here are Pixel and Voxel, and the only thing they're missing is a few screws.
What do you trade?
Like I said, sometimes people from outside want stuff from the inside. Sometimes people from inside want stuff from the outside. Second one doesn't happen very often since inside's got, like, everything and free. But it happens.
Suppose a guy from outside wanted to get inside.
Ah, my most popular item. Until Big Steve took my deet, that is.
That's all for now. Thanks.
Anytime. Oh wait, no. Come back if you want to talk business.
For someone with a business interest in dead bodies, she seemed pretty normal.
This is so exciting. Push me.
The gangs look mean and ugly. A makeshift workbench had been set up. Its structural integrity seemed over-reliant on some old deflated tires. Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
Show you a custom message. How can I help?
Self-perpetuating cleaning organism.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
Please obtain one at the immigration terminal.
I called upon my extensive background in engineering.
It's working! Hey, we fixed it!
Yeah, piece of cake.
Dude, council sure is shining in my direction today. Do you know how many times I've scanned this thing? The last scan must have done the trick. You see, I'm the diagnostician and tech expert around here. Name's Hobsworth. What can I do for you?
Tell me about Joey.
Praise Joey. Not a day goes by where I don't thank him for the happiness and prosperity he brought to Union City.
Joey and I go way back. We must be talking about the same one.
Well, it depends. Our Joey was kind, benevolent, generous, firm, resolute, moral, was magnanimous, proactive, and a friend to all citizens alike. Does that sound like your Joey?
My Joey was more of a sarcastic pain in the... But he was my best friend. So what's your deal, Hobsworth?
I am a diagnostician for the Ministry of Comfort.
And what exactly does a diagnostician do?
I find problems.
And fix them?
No, I just diagnose them. Minos fixes them.
Hey, have you by any chance seen a kid come through here?
Where's the little dude headed? On an adventure, is he?
Oh no. He was kidnapped, snatched from his village, and brought this way.
Oh, right. Nope. I haven't seen anything like that. Sorry. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to get back to work.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
How can I be of assistance?
Excuse me.
Got a problem?
Remind me how to register with Union City?
The immigration terminal is back there in the gardens. You want a U-chip? That's where you've got to go.
Thanks. I'll be going now.
About time, too.
I guess this was the immigration terminal.
Welcome to the Union City Registration Terminal. Please place your hand below to receive your U-chip implant. U-chip implant successful. You are now registered with Union
A
City.
U-chip had been implanted into the palm of my hand. I wasn't sure how it was going to help me.
Authorized citizen ID required.
I'd learned to think twice before just slapping my hand on something.
Error. Insufficient permission. Citizen ID required.
With its revolutionary self-perpetuating cleaning organisms. Clean like a pro with the helpful cleaning droid buddy. It'll take all the hard work, so you don't have to do any. The Museum of History presents the Piermont Collection, Relica of Yesteryears. Make sure to visit today.
It was a statue of my friend Joey. I couldn't imagine why they would have erected it.
If Milo had been taken this way, I was sure Joey would help me find him. I needed to find someone around here who'd seen the stalker.
Citizen, welcome to the abridged audiovisual Union City fact file. The Union City walls were forged in 1994 by a small team of resilient workers. A common misconception is that the team was formed of Australian citizens. This couldn't be further from the truth. The city wall was constructed using British steel imported, along with workers, from Hull in the United Kingdom. Many of the citizens of Union City can trace their ancestry back to that small and very dedicated group of immigrants. This concludes your requested fact. Please return for an all-new Union City fact. And remember, be vigilant. This message is sponsored by the Ministry of Comfort.
guy looked like he'd been out in the sun a bit too long. Smelled like it, too. Sir, excuse me, sir. Are you...
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
No, I'm not selling any...
A likely story. Name's Wendell. Joe Wendell.
Nice to meet you.
That remains to be seen.
I'm looking for a vehicle.
Well, mate, today's your lucky day. This is a vehicle.
No, I'm looking for a special vehicle.
But Brucey is special. All he needs is his power cell and we'll be on our way.
The vehicle I'm looking for had 4 legs and no wheels.
A vehicle with legs? Think you've got bats in your belfry, mate.
I saw what I saw. It kidnapped a kid from my village.
You're not the first I've heard talking about kids going missing in the Gap. But I've never seen any come through here.
Your truck's power cell has drained.
Aye, emptier than a politician's vows. There was a sandstorm put the bridge over yonder out of action. I was told to go park for a few hours. Turned into a few days. Trying to keep the mini case cool in this heat emptied the power cell. I wasn't stingy on the aircon, mind, or the margarita blender up in the cab. A working man needs his creature comforts. Anyway, 13.7 volts drained to nought. And they still haven't fixed that blooming bridge.
And you've been sat here ever since?
No choice, until they send someone out to juice up Brucey's power cell. Someone competent, I mean.
Have you spoken to Hobsworth?
Didn't I say someone competent? That muffin doesn't know a panhard rod from a Chapman strut.
So, your truck is full of mini knockwurst?
You betcha! Mini K, best in the Gap. Even contains some real meat. You're welcome to take a handful. Back of the truck's open, although the doors like to play silly beggars.
Oh?
Requires a special technique. Ritual, you could call it.
Ritual?
Aye. Now listen carefully. Step 1, give the bumper a wallop. Step 2, do a little jig. Step 3, pull the door and jerk it hard.
Wallop, jig, pull. That it?
That's it, lad. And remember the order.
The doors, they're locked shut.
Not locked, jammed. Oh, and I'm all out of lubricant.
So how can I get in?
Didn't you listen? It's a ritual. First off, give the bumper a good wallop. Then, do a little jig.
A jig?
Aye, a jig. Then pull the door hard.
Pretty technical, huh?
Have to move with the times, pal.
I'll leave you be.
I'm fine with that.
There was a strange smell, and it was... Those birds weren't going to let me anywhere near the back of the truck. The gangs clearly weren't scared of me. Or I didn't rate my chances against all of those razor-sharp beaks. Those birds weren't going to let me anywhere near the back of the truck. Excuse me.
Well, hey there, stranger. How's your day going so far?
Well,
Great, I'll bet. Anything old Hobsworth can do for you? By the way, just so you know, I'm on the clock.
Yes, of course, no problem. I'm looking for a vehicle that might have passed this way.
What kind of vehicle? Maybe I can help.
Well, I didn't get a good look, but I know it has 4 giant legs.
Legs? Word to the wise man. Vehicles have wheels.
Not this one. It walked on the sand. And it was, shaped like a dog.
Whoa, that doesn't sound like any vehicle I've ever heard of. And I've got more magazines under my bed than you can even imagine.
How are things going with Wendell's power cell?
It's in my office.
But how long until it's charged?
It's hard to say, but it's on my list.
About this missing kid.
Dude, word of advice, huh? Since you're new here?
Okay.
Look, maybe kidnapping is the sort of thing you people do in the Gap. But this is Union City, man. We're a proper society.
Gotcha. Thanks. See you around, Hobsworth.
Oh, before I forget, I really appreciate your patience back there when I was fixing the bridge. Let me thank you properly. Give me your hand.
Okay.
There you go. Your kudos just got a boost.
Thanks, I think.
Keep a smile on your face.
It was a tire or modern art. I couldn't tell which. I was yet to enjoy all these benefits.
Authorized citizen ID required.
The gangs look mean and ugly. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. A makeshift workbench had been set up. Its structural integrity seemed over-reliant on some old deflated tires. Hey, kid.
Push me! Push me!
I've got things to do.
Push me!
Hey, kid.
Hey, weird guy.
My name's not Weird Guy.
I'm Pixel. It's easy to remember because it rhymes with pickle.
So it does. I'm Foster.
I'll remember that easy because your name rhymes with fossil and you're old.
Thanks, kid. Did a vehicle come through here recently?
Maybe. How recently is recently?
Like 2 nights ago?
Oh, then definitely no. But wait, 2 nights ago? My brother, Vauxhall, he saw this giant monster.
What kind of monster?
Like a totally huge, but not real one.
Huge, but not real?
I mean, Vauxhall says it's totally huge, and Ember says it's not real.
Well, which is it?
I don't know what to believe.
Who's Voxel?
My brother, remember?
Can I talk to him?
I guess, but he's not as friendly or helpful as me. Real question is, will he talk to you? He's been hiding for like 2 days now. Won't speak to nobody but me.
Can you tell me where to find him? Maybe he'll talk to me.
Maybe. Yeah, okay. You done me a favour. He's hiding in a bench in the garden. I told him I wouldn't tell no one, but you seem okay.
What's this about a giant monster?
Right, so my brother Voxel, like 2 nights ago, it was night time, right? And we had been playing this massive game of buzzsaws and dynamos, so I was like, wah! But, where was I?
The giant monster.
Oh yeah, right. So, later that night, he wakes me up screaming about how he saw a giant monster.
And?
That's the end of my story. Don't tell Ember I told you.
I'm looking for a boy about your age named Milo, who may have come through here.
You're asking the right guy. I remember every face that's come through here since I was a little kid.
Yeah? How many's that?
Like, at least 12. How recently are we talking?
Sometime over the past couple of nights.
Oh, didn't know. Haven't seen no kids.
Bye.
Call it if you need anything.
Hello, Voxel.
Shh. What?
My name is Foster. I've just got a few questions. I wanted to ask you if you've seen any monsters.
How do you know about the monster?
Your brother, Pixel.
Stupid, stupid Pixel. He's so stupid. Go away.
Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
Voxel, about this monster. Truth is, I'm a monster hunter. I've been tracking a monster across the desert for days. I think he came through here, and I'm looking for someone brave enough to see it and live to tell the tale.
I saw it.
Can you describe it?
It was big and beastie, and it eats children, and I could hear the screaming, and it was fast and dark and silent.
Slow down, one thing at a time.
It was big, like a giant dog.
A giant dog? That sounds like what I'm after. Did you see any children?
No, but I heard them. I heard kids crying inside its tummy.
And where did it go?
It sneaked off into the city. After that, I got in here. No way am I gonna let it get me.
You've been in here for 2 days?
Still alive, aren't I?
Any ideas on getting into the city?
People go in and out of the main gate. Are you gonna go in there and kill it?
Sure am. That's what monster hunters do best. Then I'm gonna bring Milo and the other children back out.
You will? Oh, you better take this.
Thanks. What is it?
A firecracker. I was gonna use it to kill the monster, but you can have it.
What do I do with this firecracker?
I don't know. Throw it at the monster. But cover your ears.
See you around.
Hey, you got anything to eat? I'm kinda hungry.
I could keep an eye out.
Mr. Hopsworth sometimes lets me have some of his lunch. He doesn't usually know that, though.
Ah, understood.
Voxel's giant dog sounded a lot like the stalker that had taken Milo. Now I was sure that the stalker had entered the city. There had to be a way in through the main gates.
Hobsworth, was it?
Oh, hello again, stranger.
This may sound like a stupid question, but how do I actually get into the city?
Well, first thing would be to head over to the city gates.
Yes?
If you got a valid ID, and just scan your U-chip, and the bridge will open.
Valid for what?
Now, that is the stupid question. You need a vehicle to get through the big doors there. If you have transport clearance, like that old fella with the smelly truck, you just drive up, scan your ID, and roll right onto the elevator down to the cargo bay.
Any updates on Wendell's power cell?
Not yet, but I'll get onto it soon.
Do you need technical expertise to be a diagnostician?
Of course! You need to know exactly where to point your scanner. See, I come to work, and I pick up my scanner here, and then I report the problem. My interventions are key to the smooth running of Union City.
It's really important I find this vehicle.
Why?
Because it kidnapped a child from my village.
Well, that's the gap for you. It's like the Wild West, but, you know, without the West.
I know it sounds crazy, but I've been tracking the missing child for...
Nah, if it's missing children you're looking for, you best try the Gap, not here. Good day now.
Right. Hit the bumper.
These were not my best moves.
Would you like to hear a knack-verse joke?
Not really.
How do you make a sausage roll?
Listen,
Push it down an hill!
Come on, big fella.
sausages. Naturally served up with a garlic toasted French.
I didn't want the bird to mistake my hand for its next meal. I was going to have to think of another solution. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. Come on, big fella. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. One particularly large and familiar bird stood out from the rest. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. I didn't want the bird to mistake my hand for its next meal. I was going to have to think of another solution. Come on, big fella. Come on, big fella. These were tough desert birds. Waving a crowbar around wouldn't faze them. Come on, big fella. It was Big Steve, and it still had embers deep in its beak. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. Come on, big fella.
I didn't want the bird to mistake my hand for its next meal. I was going to have to think of another solution.
Hey, me again.
Hi again.
I've just seen Big Steve, and he's still got your deet.
Thanks a bunch. I hope it rips his gizzard on the way through.
No, I mean he's still got it in his beak.
Well, that's something. Not sure what, but it's something.
Any ideas on getting into the city?
You got one of them U-chips?
Yeah, just got one from the terminal over there.
That one's no good. They've given you a cheap temp ID so the droids don't run you over. Bridge only opens for citizens. Soz, mate.
So are you digging that guy's U-chip out of his hand?
What? No! Data transfer. I told you. I cloned his ID data onto the deet for later.
What happens later?
Well, you know, maybe someone doesn't want to be found. I do swapsies.
For a price?
Yeah.
What were you doing out there in the desert with that corpse?
I told you already. I was deeting his ID. Only now, Big Steve has my deet and ipso facto the ID.
So Big Steve is the bird with your deet?
That's right, the big fat purple one.
Are you sure you haven't seen a young boy?
Kinda hard to get lost in a crowd here. This place ain't exactly Aspiration Plaza. So no, I haven't seen your kid.
See you around.
Peace.
Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
Can I grab another one of those firecrackers?
Sorry, mister. That was the last one.
What's this about a sandwich?
Mr. Hopsworth always brings sandwiches from the city. They're so good. He's usually got one or two in his hut.
Should I ask Mr. Hobsworth if he wants to share?
No, don't do that. He likes sharing best when he doesn't know about it.
Do you know how I can get inside the city?
I already said. You need to get across the river and through the big doors.
See you around.
I'd learn to think twice before just slapping my hand on something.
Authorized citizen ID required.
It'll take more hard work, so you don't have to. Do any.
Enjoying that knackwurst?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Aye, but you're thinking it.
Come on, big fella.
I didn't want the bird to mistake my hand for its next meal. I was going to have to think of another solution.
Got something for you, Hobsworth.
Is that one of those meaty whatsits from the nice old gen over there?
You bet it is. Want one?
Oh, I'm not a sausage kind of guy, you know?
By the sound of things, Hobsworth was hard at work. I decided not to interrupt him. By the sound of things, Hobsworth was hard at work. I decided not to interrupt him. I'd learned to think twice before just slapping my hand on something. By the sound of things, Hobsworth was hard at work. I decided not to interrupt him. It was Hobsworth, pretending to be hard at work.
Cleaning droid buddy. It'll take on the hard work, so you don't have to do any.
Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos.
The machine ejected a garish, beclowned can of soda labeled Spankles.
Note, you are currently at your maximum allotted Spankles allowance. Have a nice day. Apologies. but you have exceeded your Spangles allowance.
The 1 can a day limit didn't exactly support a thirst for Spankles.
Looks like you're working pretty hard. Need a Spankles?
Oh, hey, man. That's super chill of you. But I'll just grab one myself when I pick up a thirst.
A sand pit. In the desert. The irony sure wasn't lost on me.
Come on, big fella.
The gangs look mean and ugly.
Come on, big fella.
So this deed, pretty valuable, huh?
Oh, it's only a fundamental part of my enterprise.
And the ID that's on it?
You bet. That's a citizen's ID.
And that would grant access into the city?
You're a sharp one, ain't ya?
Guess what I just found?
A lot of nerve coming back here.
Nope. This.
What? My deed? I'll have that.
Sure, but how about I give you the deed in exchange for the citizen ID that's on it?
The deed for the ID, but...
You wouldn't have it back if it weren't for me.
It wouldn't have been stolen if it weren't for you.
So we're even.
I suppose that's sort of fair.
Excellent. When do we start?
Have you got a U-chip?
Yes. My hand is still stinging.
Right then, let's get this over with, yeah? Pass me back my deed, I'll need to hook the deed up to my workbench here.
makeshift workbench had been set up. Its structural integrity seemed over-reliant on some old deflated tires. Seemed Ember was some sort of tech scavenger. Hey, Ember.
You ready to do this?
I'm not entirely sure what this is.
You want that citizen's ID, right?
Yeah. What do I need to do?
Cool. Just place your hand flat on the U-chip scanner. Over here on my workbench.
Like this?
Yeah, good enough. Let me just line up the laser. Oi, keep your hand still or you'll lose it.
Is this gonna hurt?
No more than getting the chip installed in the first place. Right, just transferring the ID now. You may feel a slight pinch. What was that?
That wasn't supposed to happen?
There it is again. Must be... nothing. It must be nothing. Looks like his name was Graham. A fine, upstanding citizen.
Graham. Got it.
Good luck, Citizen Graham.
At last I had a citizen ID. I hoped that this was going to be my key to getting into the city. Graham's ID was finally starting to get me places. It was a sandwich. The power cell was completely wrecked. The power cell was completely wrecked. Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
Food delivery for Mr. Voxel.
Oh, yes. One of Hobsworth's city singers. Do you want my crusts?
You eat them. Warriors need their strength. Did you say you heard kids crying from inside the dog?
I think so. Sure sounded like that.
Thanks, Voxel.
U-chip firmware outdated. Authority for vehicular access denied.
The firmware on my U-chip was out of date. I realized that I'd been sold a dud by Ember.
Hi.
Hi again.
There's a problem with this ID you gave me. I tried the bridge, but it wouldn't let me through. Apparently my U-chip is out of date.
Oh, right. They had to replace the hand scanner recently. Must be running on new firmware, much newer than the crappy U-chips from that old terminal.
What happened to the old hand scanner?
No idea. Why would you even ask that? I didn't take it. Shut up.
Either way, the ID you gave me doesn't work.
Hey, listen, guy. The ID is tip-top. It's your U-chip that's the problem. It's old. Like you.
Well, have you got any newer replacements?
Nuh-uh. That U-chip is in you now. It stays there. You'll need to run an update, but my guess is you can only do that inside the city.
And without the update, I can't get across the bridge. I appear to be at an impasse.
Yikes. Well, that ain't good. Could maybe hack the bridge, but... Nah. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Did you say hack?
Okay. So you know how everything here runs on Minos?
Minos? Surely that's not based off the old Link system.
That's right. When they upgraded, they dumped the old Link tech.
Smart shoes, smart toasters, smart light bulbs, smart fridges. Minos makes everything smart, smart, smart. Except the humans.
Anyway, you know how Hobbsworth is always pointing his scanner at stuff?
Yeah?
That's his Minos scanner. Minos scanners let guys without any smarts figure out how machines work. Old Hobbsworth has all kinds of safeguards so he can't mess things up more when they break. But with a few modifications...
Can you do more than just diagnose Minos machines?
Much more.
Could I borrow your hacker? Is that a no? Could I maybe trade you something for your hacker?
Honestly, probably not.
Okay, so if you won't trade me for that hacker, could you make me one?
For a price, and a whole lot of inconvenience.
What do you mean?
For starters, you need one of Hobbsworth's Minos scanners. You get me one of them, and then we can talk about next steps.
Any idea where I can get one of those scanners?
Dunno. They're ultra super tech, and only registered tradespeople are allowed them. Of course, Hobbsworth is a complete meatball and loses like 2 a week. He's probably got a spare one in his hut.
Any idea where I can get one of those scanners?
Hobbsworth tends to lose his a lot, so... He's probably got a spare one in his hut.
Catch you later.
Later, man.
The power cell was completely wrecked. I decided to borrow the scanner, indefinitely. Nothing happened. Probably because the machine had had its innards ripped out.
Guess what I've got?
Go on, surprise me.
A Minos scanner. Can you hack it into a hacker for me?
Maybe. Let's see what else you've got in that bag that might be worth my time, trouble, and effort.
I don't know if you can use this, but how about this finger?
Okay, creepy. Let me take a look. Whoa. Okay, this is some serious kit. The micro actuators alone are worth a bundle.
So it's a deal then. You'll hack this scanner, And the finger is yours.
You betcha. Pleasure doing business with you. Meet me at my workbench when you're ready. All right, one Ember grade Minos hacker.
Thanks. So how do I use this thing?
You activate scan mode, obviously.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, well, that's the easy part. Now follow me. This is how I find hidden systems. They're all over the place. There you go. One just popped into range.
Okay, what do I do now?
Use the big button at the top. Duh. Right, so this here is a diagnostic view of Minos.
Looks like it runs the vending machine.
No kidding. See those task nodes? The darker ones?
Yeah?
Well, unlike Hobbsy's little vanilla scanner, my hacker can swap them round. So let's see how smart you are. Want to give me an infinite supply of spankles?
Knackwurst sausages. Knack yourself out with a bite whilst they're fresh. Introducing the new Wando Mop 2.0. New Omni-Soggy technology keeps the mop down and the floors crystal clean. Wando Mop, now 10% more absorbency.
You did it! You're smarter than you look. Okay, apply the hack and you'll be good to go. All right, mate. Figure the rest out yourself. Oh, and try not to do anything too stupid, eh?
Clean like a pro with a helpful cleaning droid buddy. It'll take on the hard work.
Apologies, but despite you being a valid user, we have decided to not dispense on this occasion.
At least I felt validated.
Welding Reflection Spa. A luxurious haven to reflect what it means to be a part of the world's greatest.
Warning. This entrance is strictly vehicle only. All pedestrians...
Those guns look like they meant business. Industrial fumes pumped out of the spinning exhaust fan. The conveyor appeared to be part of a waste recycling system.
The pressure plate appeared to trigger the crane mechanism.
Unacceptable cargo detected. 4Y, our unit has been alerted to solve the problem.
You outdated scrap pile! I am the unacceptable cargo! Let me down! You're risking the future of all the little kids!
I had a charged power cell.
Your truck needs a new power cell.
Like a cheese sandwich needs chutney.
Here, this should do the trick.
Is that a new power cell? Juiced up? You beautiful man. How did you do it?
Well, it all started with a dead man in the desert.
Not gonna stop you there, chum. Any story that starts with a dead man is best kept to yourself.
Hey, any chance of a lift into the city?
Typical. No one ever does anything from the goodness of their heart these days.
I just figured that...
Oh, all right. Up in the back. You earned it. Word to the wise. I'm only going as far as the delivery depot. You'll have to find your own way into the city from there.
Sure, I'll improvise. You sure it's safe back here?
100%, lad.
I'll take your word for it.
Just watch out for me neck bursts. I've lost enough business already.